Your money this week. The week started, unfortunately, with an unexpected Middle East conflict that personally took me back to when my family lived in Kuwait during Iraq's 1990 invasion and the dislocation from that Gulf War. I still have family in the area, and we're having the same conversations and concerns we had then, it feels like. But from a portfolio standpoint, the advice is always to stay the course during moments like this. And it's because that's ultimately what's proven to be the best thing to do. And I don't think this time is any different. It's only one example, but since I was thinking about the Gulf War already, I went back and looked at how the market performed around then, 1990. 14-year-old me didn't care, but 50-year-old me was curious. That was an invasion. Then we had the buildup in Desert Shield and ultimately Desert Storm that liberated Kuwait in February of 1991. The S&P 500 initially dropped close to 16% over the first 2 months after the invasion, but exactly a year after that, you had recouped all of that and you were up 10% in stocks. So what's going on this week? The S&P 500 is down just under 2%. Small caps are down 2.6%, and international stocks are getting hit harder with developed international down 4% and the emerging markets down 5. Short-term market moves are notoriously hard to explain with any confidence. Focusing on the bigger picture, it's been a good environment for diversification. Year to date, small caps and international are doing better than the S&P, which is down about 1.4%. Small caps are up 4%, developed international up 3, and the emerging markets up 7. On the economic front, we got some good economic reports this week, as well as some confusing ones. My regular co-host Andrew is on assignment, so he couldn't join us, but you may recall his skepticism about how strong last month's job report was. Well, I'll take a victory lap for him because today's report more than justified that skepticism. We lost more jobs than expected, and unemployment increased. When I mentioned we had good reports and now that we have some uncertainty when you consider the two together, it's that the ISM services and manufacturing reports that came out were strong. So what's a long-term investor to do? Stay the course, but this is also an environment where you can find data to support your biases and talk yourself into making short-term moves. And my main takeaway is don't. There's too much I told you so that the economy stinks or I told you so, everything is great by people maybe focusing on their politics or talking about their politics and their content that they share with you without you even realizing it. Ignore that, move on, stay the course. Don't look for headlines or data to support something you want to do, a short term move in your portfolio that you're going to regret. In this week's Wednesday reading list, I shared a helpful article from Morningstar, which synthesized investing views from various managers and strategists that you should check out if you want to read more about some suggested positionings. The main takeaways were to diversify beyond mega cap US stocks, broaden out your AI exposure, tread carefully in private markets, and stay committed to your long-term strategy, which is an evergreen suggestion I think you'll have when you're following my stuff. A question I'm getting a lot right now is whether the AI disruption scenario, the kind that was outlined in that Citrini research memo, is something investors should actually be worried about. My view is it's a tail risk thought exercise. I was talking about how AI would destroy white collar jobs, which could really impact the economy and the markets and whatnot. It wasn't a forecast. It was a scenario that they were playing out. I think it overstates what AI can do, as I think you still need the right expertise to engage with the tools effectively and productively. And breakthroughs have always created more than they've destroyed. And I'm not at the point yet where I share that tail risk outlook, I should say. We actually discussed this in depth on the Wealthy Behavior podcast this week, and I'll drop the link below in case you want to listen and hear more, as well as a link to the Wednesday reading list and some recent helpful content. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend. As always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay engaged with the content at thebostonadvisor.com.